what players play and formations you play, them things don't matter if you're not competing. And I didn't like us in the duels. I didn't like us in the 1v1s, even things like tackling. You know, you look at it around the goals, and it just wasn't at the competitive level that it needs to be. And you know, if anything, the disallowed goal should have been the warning sign. So we just weren't aggressive enough in the first half. Our second half, we were much better. There's no doubt about that, and we were on the front foot, and we did play with more competitiveness and aggression. And because of that, we had some decent moments. So did they. Shouldn't ignore that. But you know, Forster's made some saves and set pieces, and like you said, missed penalty goals. So you know, we just generally looked a better team in the second half. But I get it. Spurs maybe a little bit deeper because they're 2-0 up. So I understand that. We were always going to run the risk of a counter attack in the second half, the way the game was looking, and that did happen. But yeah, it was just like the frustration really is around the first half and the stuff I just mentioned that we should have been better at. And like second half was definitely more positive, but in the end we give ourselves too much to do.
Steve, it seemed like a bad day for injuries for you as well. You was kind of seeing the warm-up, Wood had to go off. Looked like Brennan had got a knock when he came off.
Yeah, no, Brennan's... so I'll go through it. Wayne felt his knee. So he was unable to go on the bench. Brennan's come off with a groin strain, which we don't know how bad it is yet, but we'll see over the next day or two. He'll obviously have to have a scan tomorrow. Woody was just so unfortunate. He goes on, and his first moment in the game, he gets a really bad knock to his thigh, which really swells up like you wouldn't believe instantly. And he tried to carry on with it, but it was just impossible. When he came to the halfway line and I saw it, I knew that he wouldn't be able to carry on, even though that he tried. So that was really unfortunate. So it didn't help. But at the same time, you know, the first half performance really is the defining phase of the game in terms of the result.
If Brendan was going to be missing for any period of time, that would be a massive blow for him.
So of course, he's and has been a really important player for us. So, but we'll see how he is. You know, let's see if it settles down, see what the scan says, and you know, fingers crossed it's not as severe as sometimes these injuries can be, as we know. So we'll see. Yeah, they did. Yeah. Yeah, it is a frustration, because we just, like I said, we looked a more sort of dynamic and aggressive team in the second half, and that was just down to doing the non-negotiables a little bit better. So, but there's still some guys in the second half that played in the first half as well, so it wasn't just the guys that came on. I repeat, the first half, it was the phase of the game where ultimately the result was defined because of... because we just need to be a lot more competitive than what we were. No, it's a non-negotiable. It's whatever game you play at any level. It's what changes you got the levels is the quality. Obviously, in Spurs is full of quality. Kane, etc., etc., etc. So we always knew it was going to be tough today, but you have to compete and you have to back yourselves and. I shouldn't really be talking about it, but for me that was the big attribute to the game, first half, that we didn't do well enough, and it cost us.
Steve, you just spoke about Spurs' quality, and that might seem stupid, but do you almost feel like a bit of a missed opportunity given that late penalty?
I think it's a missed opportunity in terms of playing better. I'm not going to say missed opportunity in terms of coming in and getting the 3 points, because that would have been tough, although possible, and it's something obviously we wanted to do. But definitely a missed opportunity in playing better because of the reasons that I said. And you don't need to give Spurs opportunities, but we did. So so that's where the missed opportunity is just in the first half. And like I said, being a bit more aggressive, being a bit more on the front foot. That's where the missed opportunity is. And I said that to the lads straight after the game.
Steve, I hope you don't mind me asking this.
No problem.
Match of the day seems to be dominating everything. But you might be pleased not to have anyone analysing your first half by the sound of it. But can you give us your thoughts on what's happened with that and your thoughts on the programme and the improvement?
Yeah, do you know, I've not, with respect, it's a match day and I tend to not pay attention to anything. I hope you can understand that. It's just my way, you know, in terms of the phone, and I'm not a massive media follower anyway, say that respectfully in a press conference. So I haven't really got anything to add, you know, that would add any sort of adequate contribution. But it's maybe something if I need to look at and make comment about, I'm sure I'll do it in due course.
Any more?
Safe journey.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.